Welcome to the Crypto Boss Andrew channel. Let's look at Atom. This is a coin that I want to invest long term in, and I actually started doing that the other day. If we look at the weekly chart, you can see that the stock RSI is getting reset rather quickly. You only have a day and 5 hours left. I think this is going to make a higher low above $6. That's not confirmed. It could make a lower low. If it makes a lower low, I will still DCA. But I think a lot of altcoins, I would say over 90%, probably at least 90% of the coins in the top 100 have already put their low in, and maybe all of them have. We'll see. I think there's going to be a few outliers, but this is what we're looking at. I guess in a day and 5 hours, I can do another update based on what happens here with the weekly time frame. But I did DCA. I'm only going to do a few bucks a day, like $10 a day. It's only 300 or so a month, nothing crazy. And then when we get confirmation, we put a higher low in, I'd be very comfortable doing a lot more than $10 a day. But I just want to DCA right now. Right now, I'm also putting my money on 9% APY on Coinbase. When I get closer to $1,000 of investments on there, I will definitely convert it over to my ledger, where you can get up to 30-some% APY. I'll have to check on what the exact one is, but it's in the 30s, maybe even the high 30s APY, which is much better. So that's what we're looking at right now. 3-day chart's already oversold. I like to see that. I would like to see you get above the 200 simple moving average, but you're already above the 200 moving average. So we'll see what happens. The daily chart right now is already getting the bounce, so we'll see if we can make a higher high. Really, you would prefer to see it make a higher high above $12.70. That might be a tall task based on how high the daily is right now. So because the daily looks like it's going to put a lower high here, I predict that the 3-day chart and the weekly chart, at least the 3-day is going to put in a lower high as well, but that means the weekly can get reset and continue lower, and then eventually I think the weekly will put in a higher low. So I think the daily and 3-day are going to put in lower highs, but I think the weekly is going to put a higher low in, and then when the higher low gets put in on the weekly, that means then the daily 3-day, they can reset one more time and then start putting higher highs. That's usually how it works. You have to know how all the time frames work inside of each other, so the daily and 3-day can put in lower highs, and the weekly can still be bullish if you put in a higher low. The 4-hour chart right now is trying to break the 200 simple moving average, which is right now at $9.90, we'll call it. If you break that, that's a really good sign for a smaller term breakout on the daily and 3-day. The 1-hour chart for Atom right now is doing the same thing as the 4-hour, so nothing crazy. But really, because I'm investing on the monthly time frame, or even on the weekly, I'd say on the weekly time frame, there's no reason to be really looking at the 4-hour time frame. So really, the next resistance, if you did get a breakout of this last local high at $12.70, I'd be looking for $15.60 to be your next resistance. To the downside, if you cannot get back above $9.50, or stay above it, I should say, you are going to retest $8.28, below that $7.23 and below that $5.54, and at that point you'd be putting in a lower low. So I really don't want to see anything. Worst case scenario, I would be fine if the weekly came down to around the $7 range and then get a bounce for a higher low. If you lose $7, it's probably gonna come down to the support $6. If you lose that, then it's really bad. And then, I guess I get more Atom at a cheaper price, so I really can't complain if that happens. It just means that you're gonna put a lower low in. Long term for the rest of this bull run, I am bullish on it. I think bare minimum for these prices is going to do a 10x. Nothing's guaranteed, but that's what I'm looking at. So this is my longer term idea on my investments for what I'm doing. I'm also in a swing trade on Creo coin, which that's based off a 4-hour time frame, but I can make another video on that. If you guys enjoy this, appreciate if you hit like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and I'll talk about my Creo trade more later today in the live stream at 7 p.m. Central Time. And if I need to change that, it's only in 5 hours, so I probably won't. But if I do, I'll let you know in the Telegram group. I'll see you guys in the live stream in a few hours.